Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10. Yeah, that is 100 of How Well Are You, the talk show, where we're ending the stigma surrounding mental illness one show at a time. And thank you so much for joining us as we explore all aspects of mental health, fearlessly attacking or tackling, should I say, every topic. We leave no stone unturned. So if you're watching the replay, simply drop hashtag replay in the comments. And we appreciate you joining us even after the live session. I'm just loving this journey that we're on together and encouraging others to understand and have compassion for those who are navigating the complexities of mental well-being. So go ahead, hit the share button because we want everyone to know we are here right now. And your love and support means so much to us. And we want to hear from you. So feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. I am Cynthia Mobley Howell, your host and the founder and CEO of How Well Are You, where our mission is to empower you to achieve your optimal health. That is spiritually, mentally, and physically. I'm also the creator of How Well Are You, the talk show. In today's episode, we're going to embark on an inspiring journey as our esteemed guest, that is, delves into the captivating realm of unveiling the power of a positive mindset for mental wellness. So get ready to explore this profound impact of a positive outlook on our mental well-being as we uncover strategies, and there might be even some stories, and there's going to definitely be insights that empower us to navigate life's challenges with resilience and embrace a brighter, healthier mindset. So this evening, we're going to unlock the secrets to fostering a positive mental landscape. So don't wait, hit that share button now so others can also benefit rather from what we're about to learn. So joining us this evening is Anthony Joshua, a life coach and licensed clinical therapist. Anthony has had the opportunity to live bi-coastal. Yes, yes, yes. Over here and then over there, on this side and on that side. So he's worked in various settings and he serves clients all over the world. He's dedicated his life to personal development. And I don't know about anybody else, but we are always evolving. And I love personal development because that is saying that I want to be the best version of me that I can be. So this is what Anthony does. And he takes pride in coaching others on how to improve their current life circumstances. Anthony is committed to guiding clients to the peace they deserve and helping them unlock the life they desire. Anthony is about to share with us how a positive mindset can boost mental wellness. So pin your wig on tight, get your seatbelt on, because you are about to go for a ride. So everyone show some love for and help me welcome Anthony Joshua. Hey, Anthony.
Cynthia, how are you this evening?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful. No complaints. How about you?
I'm doing well myself. Thank you for asking.
Great.
Thank you for allowing me on your platform. It's been a long time coming. We had this scheduled for months. And I just couldn't wait. I was anticipating this. The power of mindset is so important when it comes to just navigating our lives and leading a life that's purposeful, that's meaningful, that's everything that it should be during this short existence on this 3D realm. So without further ado, let's jump in.
Let's jump in. Wow. And thank you so much for your yes. So, Anthony, let me start off by asking you if you will just share some key strategies or some practices, tongue twisted, some practices that we can incorporate into our daily routines that can help us to cultivate a more positive mindset so that we can enhance our mental well-being.
First thing that comes to mind is affirmation. Right? The way that we speak to ourselves is really important. The average person has more negative self-talk than positive self-talk. I'm sorry, Cynthia. I'm just going to take these headphones out. I hear the echo, okay?
Sure. I don't hear an echo, but that's fine. Now I can't hear you. I can't hear you now. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
There we go.
Much better?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so yes, affirmation. Affirmations is powerful. So the important affirmations, speaking positively to ourselves. The average person with negative self, positive self throughout the course of any given day. And so it's important that we feed ourselves positivity on purpose, intentionally, and affirmations to go about doing. Affirmations can be several ways, goal-oriented, or they can be I am statement. I am probably the most words that we say. And whatever we with what we become. I am is right? So I believe that we should not follow I am with anything that we do not want to we do not want to be. So for instance, if you feel like you're coming old and you say I am, that is you with that statement, right? If your bank account is low and you say broke, that is you identify with being broke. If that's not your state, that's not your ideal way of being, don't say I because it is a command. That goes up into you. Instead, put those disempowering statements with more empowering. I am healthy. I am well. I am abundant. You know, that'll assist in a positive way. So affirmations that I give to my friends usually first start working. Simply because I know that off the bat, most people have more negative self and positive. And I think that's an easy introduction into switching mindset. Saying some positive self intentionally purpose.
And for some reason, Anthony, it looks like you're fading in and out. It's kind of choppy. So I could hear a lot of what you were saying, but I couldn't hear a lot of what you were saying. It's kind of like it's choppy. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, so because you were saying some good stuff, somebody was saying that they could still hear an echo. I don't know. So Deborah is saying that there is an echo coming from your side.
I hear it also.
See, I don't hear it over here. That's very interesting. I don't hear it over here. And you know, this is really something because I feel like that I know for a fact, I don't feel like I know for a fact that what you have to say is very valuable because I was able to experience you a little over a year ago. It's probably been almost 2 years now. Is you may not know this, but I think I may have mentioned this to you or may not have. You were speaking on I think it was the Black Mental Health Alliance platform. And I'm like, oh my, and this is before I even decided to do a talk show. I wasn't even thinking about doing a talk show. But I was like, oh my goodness, this guy is absolutely brilliant. Like I said, if I had one word, if somebody would say, how would you describe Anthony Joshua in one word? I would have to say brilliant. And I mean that. I'm just not saying that just to, try to blow you up, but I'm telling you, you are like, I didn't even have words. And I'm like, so I just went to IG. I'm like, I gotta follow this guy. Like he has the goods, and you're just so prolific, and you just have such a wealth of knowledge. So I said all that to say, I don't know, Deborah, I'm talking now, so I guess there's not an echo coming from me, but we're gonna let Anthony hop back in again in a moment. But you were talking about affirmations, and like I said, you were kind of cutting in and out, so I wasn't really able to hear everything that you were saying. But there's one thing that I want to respond to that I think is appropriate when we talk about affirmations. The thing that came to my mind when you started speaking about affirmations, isn't it interesting, Anthony, how, and I need you to speak to this, and you may have spoken to it and I may not have caught it because of the system, the sound, but isn't it interesting how it seems like we can so easily slip into those negative affirmations or that negative self-talk? It seems like it's so easy to do that, but then why is it that we don't do that on the flip side? Why is it that we don't do that on the flip side?
I think the society that we live in, we're conditioned to consistently focus on a problem. And when we do that, we find more of it. Because what we focus on. But if you have a problem, you want a solution. And so it is for you to not focus on the problem when it's in your face, it needs to be addressed. You have to deal with it. And so I believe it's the way we wired and conditioned up society that we live. We're focused on. And so sometimes we pass. And we don't have the sometimes we just quit. But what you know, or what you will know now is that it doesn't serve to focus on the things that are lacking, that need rather focus on it. Focus on the solution, goal-oriented, right? Identify your ideals. How would that person live? What would that person think? That's what I was saying. Probably the cause, a lack of knowledge. We don't know. And the more we know, the more equipped we are to shape our minds for the better.
Hold on one second. Where are your earbuds right now, Anthony?
Oh, they're in my hand.
They're in your hand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Deborah was saying she thinks you need to move your earbuds.
Okay.
Let's try that and see what happens.
Any better? I mean, I
you can still hear it. No, that's okay. No. And I'm just like really, I'm struggling because the sound is like going in and out, and I know what you're saying is so valuable. And then I'm trying to deal with the comments about the echoes. So can you just come back one more time? The question was about, and just kind of like without having to repeat everything that you said, but what was the bottom line in why people usually go the flip side rather than, okay, you can so easily slip into negative affirmations or negative self-talk, but what did you say the bottom line is when we don't choose to go the opposite direction?
I would say It's because we have fixated on what's missing and what's wrong.
Say that one more time.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we have a focus on the things that are lacking and the things that are going wrong. And what we focus on grows. So what we find is that if we are constantly looking at what's missing and looking at what's wrong, it's going to show up more of that.
So then, so it's that whole thing about focusing on the problem rather than the answer or the solution.
Yep.
We just, and so then we just keep, so the more we focus on the problem, we just keep getting pulled down further and further and further into the muck and into the mire. So you may have, and Deborah's saying, yes, Deborah's doing some affirmations here now, and she's also saying, speak it into existence. And because that's what affirmation is, I'm a woman of faith. And of course, biblically speaking, we talk about, speaking the word and you having what you say. And I remember back in the day, I had this one pastor, and because we have, and I'm going to just say this because this is relevant. And sometimes we don't think about this. And sometimes people say, oh, you super spiritual, or you taking it too far. But no, there is power in our words. The Bible even says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So when we say things like, my head is killing me, and I'm going to say to you, well, then what kind of roses do you want for your funeral? Since your head is killing you, so that's an affirmation. You are affirming that your head is killing you, know? Yes. So like, as you say, we need to, instead of focusing on the problem, it would behoove us to not continue to focus on that negative thing that might be going on with us, but to shift our focus, because the thing is going to be there. It's there, but it's not going to change because you're fixated on it. That's not going to make it go away.
No,
it's not going to make it go away.
If nothing changes, nothing changes. Right. And so, yes, we have a problem. There are things that are missing. There's things that are lacking that we would want. But the one thing, focusing on what's missing isn't the solution. Right. And so we have a mindset out of it. Okay, we have a problem. How do we solve it? What's within our, what are the actions we can take to alleviate problems that we have to take control of our lives. Doing what is that's important.
And and I'm glad you said that, because that's, if I heard you correctly, that's segueing to the question that's coming to mind to ask you. We know that negative thoughts and challenges are a part of life. As long as you said in the beginning, with the short time that we have here, which is a very short time, one of the things that's for sure is that there are going to be negative thoughts and we are going to have challenges. That's a part of life. So how can a person, you may have already answered this, because like I said, because the sound is kind of going in and out, I may have didn't hear it, and you can strangle me later, but can someone effectively shift their perspective from dwelling, I should say, on the problem, to focusing on the solutions and the opportunities instead, like take the lemons and make lemonade, or just not being fixated. How can you shift?
So I do think education is important. The more we know, the more we know, right? So, I mean, if we have someone in our corner telling us to stop, then it's going to be very difficult to make that shift in mindset. So, if you've never heard of neuroplasticity is the idea that our brains are like plastic, and they're adaptive. And so what that means is anytime we think, feel, and do something, we activate in our brain.
We activate what?
Pathway.
Got you.
Right. So anytime we do something, we activate different pathways in the brain. And what that means is you want to think of your habits, your dominant feelings, your established thinking. Those pathways are strengthened, right? Because anytime you do, those pathways are being repetition, one way to activate those pathways. Right? The more you do something, the easier it gets. Think about gym, working out, singing song, right? The more you play the song, you end up knowing it. It's the repetition. It gets easier. So if we're focusing on the negatives, right? We have negative patterns, maladaptive skills, right? Anything that we do, our automatic being usually needs improvement. But those neural pathways are strong because of repetition. So if you ever started a new thought, felt a new feeling, you have created a new neural path in your brain. Right? And how do you strengthen that? Through repetition. So we have to be mindful of our automatic being. Pause, catch ourselves, feel ourselves reacting, responding in automatic way. And then switch the more I way. The feeling, emotion, that's more in alignment with higher self, or the person that we align with more. The more that we do, we strengthen those neural pathways, and those thoughts, feelings, emotions, and behaviors easier to engage. They become second nature. And those old pathways, those old ways of thinking, feeling, behaving, they weaken because we're not. That's how you rewire your brain.
Wow, I love what you said when you talked about the repetition. And it's funny that you would say that, because I challenged myself last month to work out for 30 days straight. Today is day 22.
Let's get it.
I have not missed a beat.
Okay.
So to your point, I'm like, it's easier now. The one reason why it's easier is because I'm too far in now. I'm too far in. So that neural, whatever word, say that again. That neuroplasticity, I guess, has kicked in one sense, saying, yeah, I've been doing the repetition, but I guess it's saying, what I'm reasoning with myself is, okay, you're in too far now. So for you to stop now, you're in, like when I was in like 11 days, I'm like, it's no turning back.
Right.
You're like almost halfway through. So there's no turning back. And so, like you said, because of the repetition, now it's become, everybody's like texting me and putting in the comments about the echo. Y'all, we know about the echo. We sorry, we can't do nothing about it right now. Catch what you can. If you can't catch it, then we will have Anthony back again, but we're going to press through because we in too deep now. We are very sorry. Let me say, I guess y'all want to say, I guess they're saying, well, at least you could apologize. We apologize that there is an echo. And I know anybody that knows me knows that I'm very spiritual and that I am a woman of faith. And what I do believe here is that this is some spiritual warfare going on, because this man right here, Anthony Joshua, that's on this platform speaking right now, this man is deep. And what he is saying will pull some people out of some places. And I know that that's why the sound is cutting the food. But you know what? It ain't over till it's over. We are going to have him back, but we're going to finish this show today, and we will have him back at another time when he's available, because that's just how it's going to happen. So we know about the echo. We are very sorry. There's nothing we can do about it right now, but we're going to keep pressing. So I love what you said, Anthony, when you were talking about the repetition, and if I don't speak to what you said exactly, it's probably because I didn't hear everything that you said. But one thing about it is, again, so when you are repetitively speaking positive affirmations to yourself, at some point, like you said, it's going to kick in. It's going to kick in. And so when you start to go in the opposite direction, there's going to be some resistance. The brain is very smart. The brain is very intelligent. There's going to be some resistance. So I love that. Go ahead.
Yep. And so I like how you acknowledge to go to the gym or work out exercise for about 22 days. Right? Some of my teachers will tell you that if you say affirmations 22 days, 23 days, you start to rewire your conscious mind. So you're right of 22, 23 days of exercising, building a new habit essentially. Right. So I think that's because the more we do, sometimes immediately, right? Your 11 days of exercising, you may not see the results that you're, but you know that you're getting stronger. You know that you're improving in strength and skill. You're getting better. The progress. They might come a little later. But every day that you think you're putting in work. It counts. And it's going to count over time. And I think that's many of us are instant gratification. Sometimes overnight, seldom do. Right. So I think it's important to trust the process. Know that we have a goal in mind and consistently work. It's gonna happen. It's not a matter of if, matter of when. It's bound to. As long as we stay on track, as long as we do our part, we will get our desired outcome.
That is so good. That is so good. So you're absolutely right. It's bound. It's like you said, it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when, because we're putting in the work. So we're putting in that mental work. We're putting in those positive affirmations. We're putting in those positive words. Those positive things are going in. So you can't, as you know, as the saying goes, garbage in, garbage out. Does it make sense? So positive in, positive out. Because like you said, it takes, and I like how you talked about, me being right at that certain point where it starts to like take hold. When you do something for 20, 21, 22 days, 23 days, it's almost now, it's like, it's just habit. You just flow into it. You don't even have to think about it. So it is with those positive affirmations and that positive self-talk. After you have positive self-talk for so long, it becomes second nature. You don't even have to think about it. So let's talk about this. We know that, especially in the time that we live in now, I mean, it's been a cruel and a mean world out here. I mean, I've been here almost 64 years, and it's been like that ever since I've been here, and it's not getting any better. So we know that overcoming setbacks and adversity and the vicissitudes of life, life can be tough. So what insights can you provide for us on how to, again, when we're going through these setbacks and these adversities and these tough times in life, how can we embrace a positive mindset and be able to bounce back from these challenges and even use them as a stepping stone for our personal growth?
I got you.
I got you.
The first thing I would say is create a vision. If you are in a place in your life less than ideal, a place that you would be, acknowledge, but also identify where would you want to be at, right? The vision. What trajectory are you on? What path are you on? Right? When you are waking up every day, what are you working towards? You're not there now. Understandably. But do you have a vision? You know where you're going? Need a sense of that. Because if you don't, you're going to be wandering in that space. So I think creative and recognize that as long as you're on the path, trust the process. And appreciate the entire journey. You know, because again, if we're working towards something, we're going to get there if we keep on that track, continuously move forward. So identify where we acknowledge where we are. That's what I would say. How we can use where we are in an ideal state as a stepping stone. You know, that is important to feed ourselves that positivity throughout that process. You talked about input, trash and trash, right? So we have to be mindful of our anything that we consume, whether that's food, whether that's what we watch, whether that's listen to. It has an impact. We may not be aware of the impact all of the time. There's definitely the most noticeable impact that we identify usually what we eat. Right? If we eat that's bad for us, probably have a stomach. That's a somatic. We feel it physically. But sometimes with our eyes and ears, we don't always feel it. But it's important to have an effect on it. So if we're in a place that we're uncomfortable with, we'd rather not be. Being more mindful in because it has right. So if you're watching the news, which is and we're in a low place, it's probably not out of that low vibe place. You know, if we watching a lot of violence TV or listening to a lot of music that promotes violence, it's probably going to be that low vibration emotion now. And so it's important to be mindful of what we're doing with our mouth, our ears, and our eyes when we are in these states. Because how we feel usually influences actions that we take. And if you don't feel like it, you're probably not the action needed to get yourself out of the situation.
You you are loaded. So you talked about creating a vision. So as my pastor says, you know, we ain't out here all willy-nilly. So if you ain't out here all willy-nilly, you have a vision about where, and you have a vision about where you're trying to go, and you have a plan of how you're trying to get there, then it would make it so much easier for you to be able to overcome those challenges and those adversities and use them as a stepping stone, because you got vision. You trying to go somewhere. You trying to get at it. You're trying to get something done. But if you are just out here in this world, just meandering through the world, and don't have a vision about your life and where you're trying to go, then it's so much easier for you to get pulled down in that muck, in that mire. And then you said another thing, when it comes to moving toward the vision, I'll say it this way: you have to trust the process.
Yeah.
Going back to what you were saying earlier about, it's not if it's going to happen, but it's when it's going to happen. Because if you have that vision, and if you're working that vision, it is going to happen. So we have to trust the process. There's going to be, some pitfalls. Sometimes you're going to be barriers. Sometimes there are going to be setbacks, which is what I was asking you about. But we have to trust the process. We have to know that it's forward motion, that we're not moving backwards, that we're moving forward, because it is a process. And I love something that you said, and my god brother always says this to me: appreciate. You said appreciate the journey, but then you said appreciate the entire journey. Appreciate the journey, because it is a journey. And for real, what most of us don't really think about, and what we don't really realize, is that really life is a continual journey. It's never going to stop ending. The journey never ends. So you may as well enjoy it, because there is really no destination as far as I'm concerned. There's really no destination. And think about it, when you talk about a journey, even when you're traveling and you get to that spot, wherever that spot is, the Bahamas, let's just use it as the Bahamas. You get there and you're like, oh man, I'm here. But you're there, but then there's still more. You're still pursuing. And then you said acknowledge where you are. And I like to say, in a term that we use these days, sit in your feelings. Something, because once upon a time, Anthony, we still do, but I think we're learning more to sit in our feelings. Once upon a time, we were told to just pretend that it's not there. That elephant is in the room, but we're just going to act like it's not there. And so then, before we know it, we're in a full-blown manic state or depressed state or what have you, because we have not acknowledged where we are. As I say, it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to not stay okay, to stay not okay or what have you. But acknowledge where we are. And then you said, I was writing so fast I can't read my own writing. You talked about what we're consuming. This is a biggie for me. I thought about, let me just be current.
Okay.
I don't watch TV at all. I don't watch TV at all. Haven't watched TV in years. I don't even own a TV. So if I'm going to watch anything, it's going to be YouTube, or I'll Google something if something is going on. If I heard somebody got the beat down with a chair, I'll just Google it, That was wrong. But anyway, so, but I cannot tell you until day before yesterday, I think, when I had watched the news, because every time I would go to click on the whatever news it is that I watch on YouTube, I cannot remember the guy's name. That's how long I haven't watched the news. I can't even remember his name, but he comes on in the evenings around 10:30 or something like that. But anyway, on YouTube. But anyway, that's how long it's been. But about 2 days ago, let me go back, because every time I would go to click to watch the news, I'm like, I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to. Because, yeah, I know I need to be current. I depend on the people around me to keep me current until I'm like, okay, Cynthia, now you need to get it for yourself. You need to stop getting it secondhand. You need to be current, you know. But I'm serious. You know, I was relying on people around me that's close to me, you know, like, you know, somebody would call me and be like, well, did you hear about so-and-so? I'm like, no. In Florida, I live in Florida. Did you hear about what your governor said? I'm like, no. What'd he say? Because I don't want to hear that mess.
I hear you.
But even though at the same time, I need to be informed, I need to be current. But at the same time, depending on what state I am at the time in my life, you know, I have to decide, do I want to entertain that? Do I want to consume that or not? Because by me consuming all of that negativity, it's not going to help the state where I am. So I said all that to say a couple of days ago, I said, let me see what's going on in the news. Soon as I turned it on, because you know it's bad. There's never like you turn on the news, it's like, oh, this very great thing has happened and we're all so happy. No, it's like, oh, there's a fire loose in Maui and people are jumping in the ocean to get. I'm like, see, that's why I don't watch the news. Even though I feel bad for these people and I need to know these things because I do need to pray for the families and all of that. But like you said, you know, just like, and we use the example, like you said, a lot of times with eating. We know, you know, a lot of people are struggling with health issues and weight gain and all of that because of what they're consuming. You know, how can you expect to consume bad and not release? How can you expect to consume bad, but then get good, for lack of a better way of putting it? That's why I got you on here, because you know how to articulate it. So I love, you know, what you said about all of that. And that's why I said, I know that, you know, everything that you're saying, when I go back and listen, they said there's an echo. I don't know if technology can unecho it. I don't know, but we're going to find out. So, okay. So social media, let's talk about social media and how most of us are constantly connected to some kind of social media. Now, I know one thing I noticed about you, you kind of really not like that, because when I initially reached out to you on IG for whatever reason, for all of you who don't know what IG is, that's Instagram, it took a minute for you to get back, you know. So that lets me know you know, you're not constantly connected. I tell people I have the app, I have the Facebook app, I have the LinkedIn app, I have the IG app, and the Twitter, now known as X. No longer Twitter, is called X now. I have those installed on my phone, but I don't have my notifications on, because y'all ain't gonna be reaching me at all hours of the night, all the time, every minute of I ain't gonna be hearing this dinging and looking at my phone. I'm just not gonna do that. But we know for the most part, most people have this connectivity to social media, and we see everybody flossing and stunting and all of that. And a lot of people tend to have these feelings of inadequacy and comparing themselves with others because of what they see on social media, which is not always true. So how can a person maintain a positive self-image and prevent that negative impact from that external influence of social media? How can you prevent a negative impact on your mental well-being when you're constantly consuming all of this fluff and stuff from social media?
I think just as you said, Cynthia, having that understanding that what people show us on social media is usually the highlight, right? It may be that's a part of their life, but more so stand out of their life. And also not in comparison is a toy. Anytime we find ourselves comparing ourselves now, we are doing ourselves, right? Because now we're looking at ourselves as less than, or needing to do more. It's all for show. Right. So I didn't have a business. I would not be on social media as much. But I need to promote my services, promote the information that I have, the world, your social media outlet for that. I will also work on your outlet. You know, yes, there's a lot of maybe entertainment on social media, but there can also be a lot of there is also a lot of education on social media as well. You know, I'm therapist. There's a bunch of black therapists in space on social media promoting personal development and growth. If we are using social media for educational purposes, we'll find that our algorithm is go up. We'll find that there's things coming up on our feeds, our pages that reflect education, that personal development. You know, so I think not getting comparison, understanding are usually highlights of lives. And also monitoring, imitating the use of social media, so you're caught up in it too.
I love that, and I love how you put that. I never looked at it that way. I love how you put that. That what we are usually seeing are the highlights of people's lives. Because can I be transparent?
Let's get it.
You ain't gonna see, so you know, like. Certain women, and people may call them confident or whatever. Well, you can just say that I ain't confident. Every now and then I might come on without my face on, but I'm gonna take about 4, 5, 6 shots, and then I'm gonna filter through all of them to make sure everything is just, you know, because that's just what we do. You know, that's just what we do. But I love how you said that, and people that you all who are listening, Anthony said that with that social media, we're seeing highlights. So remember that. And then, as you said, limiting how much we are connected. And I'm like you, I'm really on there strictly for business purposes. You very seldom, you know, you see people that maybe just post a picture like, I'm here. You know, generally I don't post I'm here pictures. It's going to have something to do with my business or whatever I'm promoting. So so I love that. So I meant to take a break about 10 minutes ago, but this was so good, I totally forgot. So we're going to stop right here, and we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to talk some more about how we can unveil the power of a positive mindset in order to promote good mental well-being. So we will be right back in just a few minutes with Anthony Joshua as we continue to talk about the subject of mindset. We'll see you all in a moment. Hey, everybody. We are back with Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
And you know, I was thinking, I got to say this. I was thinking before you came on, I said, he got to be bad to the bone. He got 2 first and 2 last names. It could go either way. Anthony Joshua, Joshua Anthony, and they could either be first names or last names. So that's why you so bad to the bone. You just got it all, and it just ain't fair. It just ain't fair. So I am. Say it again, Anthony.
I said thank you.
You are welcome. I am really enjoying this. I have one last question for you, and then we're going to begin to wrap up. Okay. So let me ask you this. So when we talk about gratitude, practicing gratitude, that's something that's often praised and touted as a powerful tool for fostering positivity. Can you, Anthony, can you just elaborate on the connection between gratitude and mental well-being, and offer us some practical tips, for integrating gratitude exercises into our daily life?
I got you. So I like to say that gratitude is the cheat code, right? Gratitude is appreciating that you already. I like to say that. Think about the universe. So let's do this. Do you have any guilty pleasures, Cynthia?
Do I have any
guilty pleasures?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite candy?
Smarties. You know what those are?
I do know what they are. So Smarties. I like Smarties. So I have a pack of Smarties. They come with a bunch of pack, right? And I give you one Smartie. The pack. I know it's your favorite, and I give you one. And you snatch it from me, and you eat it, and you storm away from me, asking me, you know it's my favorite. Why you only get? What's the likelihood that I'm gonna give you more? Slim. But if I have this parties, and I give you, and you eat it, and you lick your fingers, and you tell me how good it is.
Paint the picture.
Right? And you thank me. The likelihood of me wanting you to experience that again, increase it. Because you showed gratitude. I like to say that how the universe works. It's the cheat code to receiving more. Being appreciative of all that we have, so we can get more. Right? So when it comes to gratitude, I think that there are things that we can do for every single day. The fact that we woke up. If we have a reliable vehicle. If we have running warm water. Right? The little things that aren't so little. It's important to be appreciative of those because if we didn't have them, our lives would be a lot more difficult. So gratitude is the cheat code to receive more. I like to give an assignment of maybe creating gratitude list. Identify 5 things a day that you are grateful. Implementing gratitude or gratitude. Right? Identifying that you're grateful for, putting it in a jar, and then maybe reflect on that list at the end of the year, right? Or at the start of the year. Because sometimes a lot of the things that we're grateful for granted. Because it's here and it's accessible and it's a part of our life. We don't think about it being missing or lack, such as waking up, warm running water, a reliable vehicle. But if we didn't have those things, life would be a lot more difficult. So gratitude, it helps you be mindful of all of what you already have, are positive in your life, it's a different mind. And so it should be something that we are focused on, right? As opposed to focus on the things that are missing, or the things that are lacking. Gratitude is
Wow. I love how I used one of my church expressions when you were talking, paint the picture, because because as you were talking about that whole Smartie or candy situation, giving something to somebody and they snatch it from you and consume it and just like like you were supposed to give me that or just one, instead of, like you saying, taking that one and savoring it and devouring it and making it seem like that was the best thing that you could have ever done for them, even if it was one. And then the giver says, wow, I only gave them one, and that's how they responded. Here, take the whole pack.
Yeah.
And so, and like you said, when we are, I like how you said being grateful is the key code to receiving more. And maybe, just maybe, that is the reason why. And we won't even, since we're talking about mental well-being, perhaps if we can look across the fence and see someone who is really struggling with their mental health, and I mean really struggling, and I know some people, and that's why I do what I do, that's really struggling, and I have my days too. But when we can look across the fence and see someone who is really struggling and think, I am nowhere near where they are. They're telling me they're taking medication. I don't take medication. They're telling me they were suicidal the other day. I haven't been suicidal. So at that moment is when I should express gratitude to the Father for saying, thank you that even though I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with, I am nowhere near where that individual is. And as I can appreciate being as sane, if you will, and as stable as I am, then more saneness and stability of mind comes. But and I don't know, because I've never been, I know people, I've had relatives. The reason why I became a mental health advocate, just so you know, is that I am one of 4 siblings. I'm the youngest and the only girl, and all of my siblings are affected by severe mental illness. My oldest brother was bipolar. He died by suicide when he was 31 or 32 years old. My middle brother is schizophrenic and has been missing for 23 plus years. My youngest brother is schizophrenic and has been institutionalized for 36 years. So I ain't just out here in these streets just to be out here in these streets. I got purpose, for what I'm doing. So I said all that to say, could have been me. It could have been me. Yeah, I have my struggles, I have my moments, but what I'm saying is that I can be grateful that I didn't die by suicide. I can be grateful that I'm not that brother that's out there wandering around in this world, God knows where, nobody has seen him in over 23 years. I could be that brother who is in an institution for 36 years, but I'm not. So I express gratitude. And then, like you said, there's people now, then let's take it to the tangible, to wake up and flip on a light switch and you have lights, and to go in the bathroom and turn on the faucet to wash your face and brush your teeth, and you have water. You have toothpaste to brush your teeth with. You have a washcloth to wash your face with. You can put some shea butter on your face. You can put some deodorant on. You can, you got up out of a warm bed. You weren't sleeping on a cot on the floor. And the list goes on and on and on. And I love how you talked about, and I think I heard you correctly about encouraging your clients to do gratitude journals and to write those things that you are grateful for. And I think when we do that and we see those things on a regular basis, when we keep those things before us, that we can learn to be grateful. And I think that it does promote a positive mental health landscape up here.
Yep.
You know, so wow, this is just so good. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But I know you got things to do, places to go, and people to see. And so as we wrap up, Anthony, would you just please share some parting words with our audience on how they can begin, not tomorrow, not in an hour, but right now, as soon as they get off this live, how they can begin to create a positive mindset going forward so that they can start to foster that great environment where their mental wellness can thrive.
I got you. I would say dream big and believe in it. It's so important. The power of belief. There's something called placebo effect, right? And there's been studies done in relation to the effect, where have been given peoples and report healing. A placebo has no healing property. A placebo has no benefit to it. But the reason why it works is because of belief. And so if you believe enough, you start to shift the mindset. Actually you can attain, you can achieve whatever it is that you're of. And so it's important to shift the mindset to the more ideal. You may not be there, but do you have a vision where you want to go? If so, take the action that is within your control, day by day, and it's not a matter of but more so when, and you'll get there.
Wow. Anthony, you are just phenomenal. And like I said, thank you so much for that. I love it. Day by day, one step at a time, one moment at a time, and you will get there. Y'all, he said day by day, and you will get there. And I am certainly, again, we apologize for the echo if that's still happening. I don't know. Nobody said anything else, but we appreciate you all who've come on and have stayed on and have heard what Anthony has to say. Anthony has a wealth of knowledge, and I am going to bring him back on because when I bring him back on, we ain't going to have no echo because I'm going to be needing y'all to hear this loud and clear. We want to thank you so much, Anthony, for coming on and for sharing. I could literally listen to you all day long. I really could. You do see Anthony's information that's scrolling the screen. You can catch him on Instagram. He also has a website. Anthony, tell our audience, are there any other ways that they can connect with you? Do you have any products? Let us know what you have out there that our audience can have access to so that they can stay connected with you and they can get any resources that you have available that can help them in this life journey, mental wellness journey.
I got you. So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mental Wealth is WLTH. I do have an ebook. Day one looks different than day 30. My second chapter of that ebook, Make Up Your Mind. It discusses mom. Right? You can free consultation with people, been struggling in life, rough patch. Consultations. The link is in my bio on Instagram website. My Twitter handle. So you can find me on there. I have t-shirts, right? Mental wealth coaching. On the back, it's my slogan. You are your greatest investment. Both of my products are on sale currently. My ebook as well as my t-shirts is on sale. Link in my bio. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely. And I got to make sure that I come and do my due diligence and get whatever it is I need to get. So thank you so much for sharing that. You all heard it. You can go to his website. You can go to his Instagram page. In his bio, you'll be able to link to his website so that you can see all of the product that Anthony has available. Yep. So we want to thank you all for joining us today on this. This has been a totally enlightening journey into the power of a positive mindset for mental wellness. And once more, we want to definitely extend our gratitude to the phenomenal Anthony Joshua for joining us this evening and imparting his profound. I'm telling you, I'm just so impressed with you. I really am. I just got to tell the truth. But thank you for imparting your profound expertise on the topic that we delved into this evening. And remember, the way that we think greatly influences our emotional well-being. And as we conclude, let's make a commitment to embrace positivity in our lives. Let go of all that negative stuff and focus on gratitude, as Anthony so eloquently broke that down earlier, and believe in your ability to overcome challenges. And just like a small shift in perspective can change the entire picture, a positive mindset can transform the way we navigate our mental health. So let's step forward with renewed optimism and support. Let's support one another on this path to better mental wellness. And all the while we're doing that, we're acknowledging that our mindset shapes our world. So this has been How Well Are You? The talk show where we are ending the stigma surrounding mental illness. Yes, one show at a time. I'm Cynthia Mobley Howell. I'm signing off for now. And don't forget, keep smiling, stay positive, and take care of your minds. Yep. And if anybody that knows me, you already know my mantra is, I'm not keeping quiet anymore. No, I'm not. You all have an amazing evening. Peace.